Hey everyone, how's it going? Baylon here, and I wanted to make this video to share with you an experience I had about scams and the recent just events surrounding the CARES Act and the stimulus money now being through direct deposit to millions of Americans. And I'm already for watching this video, comment, subscribe. Any support on your behalf is very, very much appreciated. Plus, you'll get the notifications and updates if you ring the bell whenever I post new content. Definitely trying to be more consistent on that as well. So hopefully this has been in regards to scams. So actually, for me, well, unemployment has gone through the roof. 60 million claims, right? As of something crazy like that. 60 million? It might, no, I'm sorry. 6 million. That's right. Correction. 6 million. 6 million claims. And it's just crazy. I think I had read an article saying that this is the worst unemployment, I think, rate of unemployment since the Great Depression. It has been put a lot of strain on uh, people in general, not just even the United States, but all around the world. Different scammers out there trying to take advantage of these situations. One particular one I came across was a money mule scam. And what they do is, I think they found me. They found me on LinkedIn, and they had reached out by just direct message, and they had asked if I was interested in partnering with a company to represent them in the American division of their company, and they were like a construction, like a heavy machinery and equipment company. Anyway, I saw this and I thought, oh, okay, let's just see what it's about. And because I was interested, everything going on wasn't as busy, so I thought, okay, let me just try and entertain this. So I did. Then they said, hey, send me your resume, which I did. I did intentionally about the personal address. I just put the office address in there, as well as just my email and phone number. And they got back to me. They said, we're going to look into your resume. We're going to send it to our COO and make sure that you check out. And once, a couple of days later, I got a call and said, you've been approved, and we've now hired you, and please begin work immediately. Contact this company. They owe us money. So it was another company that apparently they had sold something to, sold machinery to. They sent me an invoice. They sent me an approval letter saying that I got hired. By the way, no interview whatsoever. Just calling me, telling me that, hey, you're hired. And then, so then I emailed this entity, and they had said, okay, I guess we're aware that you are the new contact for this company, and we'll send payment to you. So give us the bank that you bank with, your personal address, good telephone number, best time of day to reach you, like just more information. I was thinking, okay, this is weird, because they'd asked for my bank account number, which is just too obvious. But it's like, I think I've heard of this before, but it just seemed something was off. So I did my research and looked into it. And apparently, one thing you can do is you can actually look into how old the domain is. So their website, they said it had been in business since 1988. I looked at their website, and the website is only a year old. And the company that they had done or sold their products to, that website was as late as it was as new as late February 2020. So I thought, okay, there's some easy red flags there. But first point is check how old the websites are, the domains are, because if they're under a year old, then chances are it's a scam, especially if they're claiming they've been in business for years and years. There's no way that they would have a website that's like a year old if they've been in business since '88. So, so that's one thing. And then I was looking into it more, and which kind of led me down into FBI's website and those kinds of things. And basically, it came down to these scammers, criminals that are looking for people, good, decent people, business owners. I mean, pretty much anyone, but particularly business owners that are looking for a really incredible opportunity. By the way, they offered like $5,000 a month and like 5% of every customer they have that pays, I can keep 5%. But the way it works is I take the payment, cut them to 95%, I keep the five. And another red flag, obviously, but I have never really been attuned to this kind of scam. So anyway, I was looking into that, saw that they do these things where basically they will um, take your money. Well, first of all, they'll send you a check of some kind, and frankly, some of this money, actually, most of it's dirty. It's just dirty money. I mean, it can be from human trafficking to drugs to all kinds of stuff. And the check that they had sent me was for something like $56,000, something crazy like that. And it actually came through. And another thing that was shady was it was my job, apparently, my job to contact that business. But what ended up happening was I stopped answering them and they did it for me. So it was like, well, if they could have done it anyway, then why are they pushing? You know what I mean? So anyway, a lot of red flags. And, at that, cease and desist, right? No more contact. But it's very scary because what happens is if I were to actually have gone through that, if I were to actually have uh, deposited those funds into my account at that point, because they wanted me to really take good record of it, like document this and make sure that I have everything in order, which really is to put me liable and to also make me culpable as a money mule, a complicit money mule. Um, but yeah, so what they do is, yeah, once I do deposit those funds, I become a criminal, I become a money mule. And what that is, it's actually really serious penalties and fines. And it doesn't matter whether you know or not. Apparently, on the FBI's website, they say that what you can be complicit, you can be unknowing, and you can kind of be there's like a middle ground. But the most extreme penalties you can get is like 25 years or something like that in prison, or like really hefty fines of like $100,000, and be liable for all the money that even the 5% plus all the money that was due to you, or that you say 56,000, you're liable for all of that. So and even if you get scammed, you could be on the hook. So it's very, very malicious, and just want to warn you just to be careful, and for sure vet those things. Find out how old the website is. If there's any kind of um, like anyone's requesting you to use your bank account to funnel money into theirs or whatever, anytime they have something, like if they give you money to deposit and then you turn around and give it back, that's straight money laundering. They could do it themselves if they could, but what it does is, as they ring the money through multiple different people, as people deposit these funds, it actually distances the criminals from the money, so that it makes it harder to trace. Unfortunately, those who are complicit in this, that get scammed, are the ones that can suffer the consequences. And of course, as criminals, these guys are pretty well versed in hiding themselves and the money. By the way, the money sometimes never even gets to you, so it's a fake check the whole time. The bank, I mean, it might cash, and it might hold, maybe not. But even if it does cash, you pull it out and you use it, I mean, you're still on the hook. So not the best situation. Also, with the stimulus funds, there's people are calling to say, we need to verify your information on your direct deposit. Give us your bank account information. IRS will never, ever, ever call you for that and ask you for that information. So instantly, that's a scam. Watch out for donation scams, because they're very, very rampant. So vet the source, and find out, is that, like, if whatever the organization or the individual that is asking for help, and although it's tough, right, to have to verify that, and it almost seems insensitive, you definitely want to, and I think that whoever's legitimately hosting a GoFundMe or a fundraising campaign for a good cause would legitimately be okay with that, because the intent is to make sure the right sources are getting the resources that are needed. So, yeah. So be careful out there. Definitely is. There's a lot of opportunity. Even I think even right now, there scammers are looking to even attack, so to speak. They're sort of attacking the transition of many companies going from in ground, like live on site, to going into a digital remote work environment, and that's exposed them to a lot of breaches, potential breaches, but security flaws, because people are now logging in on their personal computers and they're not secure, and the neighbors have access to their Wi-Fi. I mean, it's crazy. So so definitely be careful. Exercise as much caution as you can, and always ask your, if you're in this situation where you're working remotely, ask your employer what the best practices, and just study up on that to make sure your information is safe. I myself have had my sister-in-law I had her identity stolen, and it's ruined her credit. It's taken a very long time for it to come back, and now it's rough because uh, they've had to basically lock down their credit score, freeze it, and go from there. What's up, Frost Tony? Appreciate you saying what's up. Anyway, a couple other things. So if you're not aware about the stimulus yet, stimulus funds have been dispersed direct deposit. There are some issues though with the direct deposit. So if you use a tax preparer like H&R Block or TurboTax, then you basically they don't have, the IRS doesn't have your direct deposit information. So if you file directly with the IRS, though, they could have your direct deposit information. Not always, though. It depends. So that's what's happened. I think millions of Americans have received their direct deposit, but uh, they have not been able to um, necessarily. Some people haven't gotten it. I know for me, I'm eligible. I haven't received mine. Then again, I filed through TurboTax, so it's caused those issues. Anyway, hope you guys are doing great, and appreciate you guys watching. And we will catch you next time. Actually, you know what? I'm probably going to do a video right after this, so stay tuned. All right. Hope you're having a good one. Again, if you've watched the whole thing, thank you so much for watching. And please comment, like, subscribe. Your support is greatly appreciated. All righty.